Are you ready? Check out the latest from Bizista. It's trending videos. We're here to bring you awesome content. Lady Diana Frances Spencer, more commonly known as Princess Diana, is a notable figure when talking about the British royal family. Before marriage, she was known as Lady Diana, but she was Diana, Princess of Wales, after marriage. Princess Diana was brought up in an aristocratic lifestyle in England and was one of the most adored members of the royal family. Even 23 years after her death, she is still one of the most controversial and most talked about members of the royal family. Early life. Diana was born Lady Diana Frances Spencer and married into the title of Princess of Wales. Before marriage, however, Diana had quite an interesting life. Diana was a commoner and not a royal at her marriage, but she was part of the British aristocracy due to King Charles II being her ancestor. The lineage of the princess to King Charles can be traced through her father. Interestingly enough, she is also related to a lot of notable figures in history. She is related to Winston Churchill, George Washington, John Adams, Franklin Roosevelt, George Bush Jr. and Sr., and 6 other U.S. presidents. After her parents' divorce, she and her siblings began to live with their mother. But after a settlement in court was reached, they moved to their father as he had gained custody. She first met Prince Charles in November 1977 in Althorp House, where her family's estate at Northamptonshire, England. They got married in July 1981, and after 11 years of marriage, they separated in December 1992, and they finally got divorced in 1996. During their marriage, they bore 2 sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. She was an amazing mother to them and took care of them as much as she could, sending them to school personally when her busy schedule permitted her. As the Princess of Wales, taking the time to send your children personally to school is fantastic. Passions and advocacies. Princess Diana is one of the most notable figures from the British royal family. The reason for that isn't just merely because of her dazzling looks. She captured both the eyes and hearts of people all over the world, as she was, at that time, a prominent philanthropic force and advocate for several humanitarian issues. She was often called the People's Princess, and the reason why is clear. She led a campaign for a worldwide ban on landmines after a visit to Angola, which she says has the highest rate of amputees in the world. 1 out of 333 people in Angola have lost a limb, and most of this are due to landmines. She also battled the world's perception of HIV and AIDS. Princess Diana began her journey as an advocate for AIDS awareness when she was invited to Britain's first AIDS ward at Middlesex Hospital in April 1987. Since then, up until her untimely death, she had advocated against the misinformation and stigma that came with their mention of HIV and AIDS. Untimely death. The most important thing we have to talk about is the untimely death of the Princess of Wales at the young age of 36. When she died on August 31, 1997, she left behind her sons Prince William and Prince Harry, who were both 15 and 12 at the time, respectively. She passed away in an unfortunate car crash with her boyfriend, billionaire Ahmad Fayyad, and their driver, Henry Paul. Several rumors and conspiracies as to why the collision happened have surfaced ever since, but the most common ones are the following. Drinking and driving. Officials have declared that Henry Paul, their driver and acting security head of the Ritz Hotel, had exceeded the legal blood alcohol limit at the time of the accident. Paparazzi speed chase. According to others, the black Mercedes that Diana and Fayyad were riding at the time was being pursued by a lot of paparazzi in cars and motorcycles in hopes of grabbing themselves a couple of photos of Diana and Fayed together. In an attempt to escape the pursuers, they reached an estimate of 70 miles per hour. The princess was the last to pass in the group as she was still conscious when EMTs arrived at the scene. She died due to a very rare. As a result of the crash, she only had a few broken bones and minor chest injury, but she ended up with a tiny tear in one of her lungs veins that eventually resulted in a cardiac arrest. Princess Diana is one of the most controversial figures in modern history. She had a huge heart, a passion for serving, and kindness that only a few can match in the royal family. Subscribe to our channel and like this video. Hit the bell button to get notified. Get awesome content? Check out our videos now.